Hi Pisces, I hope you guys are doing great today. So let's get right into your love reading for February. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also guys, if you happen to know what placement is on your 5th house, definitely check that out as well, because it's about intimacy and how we connect in relationship. So let's get right into this. I'm going to pull some Lenormand for crowning energies. Guys, remember, these are general messages. If they don't fit, please don't try to make it fit. It might just not be your message this time, and that's okay. Can't get everybody every time. But you're going to be doing 2 different kinds of spreads. So first spread is going to be for those of you in a committed relationship or in a complicated relationship, as long as the person is in your energy field. And that's like an active energy that's happening right now. And then once we're done pulling a Celtic cross for that, and some oracles, I'm going to pull the same kind of spread for singles only, but those are like who are like single as a kringle, wanting to mingle kind of thing, okay, where there's really nobody in the energy field. Okay, so let's pull the Lenormand. I think this is my favorite deck that I haven't used in a long time. Okay, messages for Pisces. Love only, love only. We're not doing any interpretations. No interpretations for work during this one. This is love only. Okay. I don't read these in reversals, by the way, guys, okay? Nice. All right, good. We have time. We have a message coming in. So there's this element of time. Okay, this idea of almost a sense of your mortality sort of staring you in the face, not to sound like dramatic or anything, but there really is this element of time having to do with something connected to this relationship. Even if you guys are married for years and years, you might be dealing with something where you're feeling this sense of time passing. Then we have, so that's time, okay? I'll show you guys the card. These are beautiful cards. They look much different than regular tarot. And then we have the number 1 card here, okay? So this is about, if you notice, she's a messenger. She has a messenger bag and she's on a carousel. So this does, and what's a carousel? There's a lot of ups and downs, right? But it goes round and round. So it's some sort of cycle. So this is some sort of message regarding that's going to impact the cycle that you guys are on right now, okay? And then we have love, 24, beautiful. I mean, we all want this from the Lenormand deck in a love reading, that's for sure. I'll tell you that. Okay, beautiful, beautiful energy. So this is love being in your energy field. And now, like with Lenormand, the way we have to interpret, now we had to throw them all together and we have to tell a story. So there is something happening within a cycle that you're in right now, Pisces, within a relationship, whether you're together with somebody, you know, in a committed relationship, or whether you guys are apart, but you're still very much in each other's energy field. And there is this cycle that's going to be changing. You're going to feel this poking and prodding to move something along, because the idea of time is really going to be really bothering you, that there's a lot of time is ticking, time is passing, it's going so quickly. So let's evolve out of this unhealthy cycle that we're in, and let's really figure out a way to move things forward. But I feel like there's going to be this message coming in from outside. Maybe many of you have been waiting for a response about something, but there is a message coming in, and this message coming in along with this idea of time is going to bring you into this space of absolute love. So the message could be, if you're not in communication, the communication from someone where you guys really find each other again. This could also be really improved communication within a connection that you guys are already in, where you're finding each other again. But there is definitely this cycle, and this is such a beautiful energy. Card 24 is lovely to get in any kind of relationship read, honestly. So a really great start. I'm using the vice versa tarot, guys, so I don't do these in reversals either, because they are just by design reversals. So I feel like if I'm, reading it like that and then up and down, that's too much. So if it comes out in the reverse, I just turn it upright, okay? If you're wondering why I'm doing that. Okay. Let's do 3 shuffles here for this. Oh, I feel a lot of energy coming off these cards. Boo, boo, boy. Boo, boo, boy. I am time stamping, by the way, for the single spread. I probably should have said that 2 minutes ago. Okay. Very interesting. I'm getting some interesting messages here. Okay. So we have the Death card. We have the Death reverse. And what I like about this is it is the reversal side in this deck indicates that there is a new beginning at play here. So the Death card is about death and transformation, right? It's Scorpio energy ruled by Pluto. So it's all about things like, just being completely different than they were before. And that cycle, right? You understand, because it's this idea of this new start with the blessing of the sun. Really, really nice. Beautiful. And just this recognition that things can't be the way they were last time. Whatever it was, whatever the issue was last time, it needs to be addressed, whether it was poor communication, whether it was, you not liking how your partner, was thinking or behaving or something like this. Whatever it is, it's going to be different for everyone. So for me to start listing is silly, but definitely doing things different. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles is all about building, right? So on this side, this is all about really figuring out what is necessary to move your life forward with this person in this connection. What is like nuts and bolts, what is necessary as far as it's everything that you need. It's Capricorn and it's Mars. So Mars goes in and is like, boom, let's do things, let's break this up, let's do things differently. And Saturn is the great taskmaster saying, all right, where are we going to live? How much money do we need? Not in a frantic kind of way, but in a very beautiful conversation where it's like, all right, what are we going to do? In the 3D practical, what do we need to work on to fix this? It's also figuring out what you need to fix in the Pentacle energy that's besides resources. So that's mental, physical, and emotional connection. So you guys having that healthy talk about communication issues, if that's it, about any intimacy issues, if that's it, about your social life and how you guys do connection, if that was the issue. Because I feel like for a lot of you, there was just a lot of lack of communication. There was just bad misunderstandings. I just do feel like that. And you guys are coming into this space, though, where there was a new beginning at one point, but it was like not... I feel like many of you are... Now, when I say past, this could be a week or two ago, or this could be last year. And it depends on how relevant this is in your energy field. And only you guys know this, right? But it's this idea of... When I get this side, I'm getting that there was this attempt at a new beginning of a new truth, but it wasn't handled in the right way. So where everybody was saying they were being honest, things are going to be different this time, there wasn't an honesty. So I do feel like this carousel energy is speaking of cycles. So I do feel, Pisces, that you were on some sort of cycle with this person, where like you guys had been together and then you broke up and then you got back together. And I do feel like that. And I feel like the last time you guys were together, or that definitive last cycle, even if you guys are together right now, but maybe you hit a rough patch and you had the conversation, you realize things are going to be different, and you try to move things forward differently, but nobody was showing up the way they really should have been showing up. You know what I mean? So this is what I feel like is from your recent past. I got so many messages all at once. I hope that wasn't confusing. I got like 3 different ones coming from different directions. But as your crowning energy, we have the 10 of Swords, right? So this is like you're done. But I want you to notice in this one here, this is the end of a cycle. But this is good. I like this, prefer this. Because, usually with this card, it's the soldier or the person or whoever is being stabbed is face down. This person is face up. Okay, and see here, it's just like a little different. You see like the helmet's open so they could see. Here they can't see. And here they're very desolate and alone. And here it looks like something is trying to bust through. So this is telling me that your eyes are open and you could see, and that there is this ending of a cycle with the promise of a new beginning because you're allowing the cycle to end. So there is this kind of rebuilding from there. Okay? Yeah. Okay, and then we have the High Priestess energy, which is the moon energy, which is about getting in touch with your intuition and the truth, and you getting really honest with yourself, Pisces, and getting honest with what you need and what the relationship needs. There's just a lot of honesty going around altogether, and this is a foundation energy. This is great. This is great because you're letting something end so that something else can be built, and you're doing this through the use of your intuition, which you guys have in boatloads. See, you're not? Oh, this guy, let me just... You guys have in boatloads. Okay, so representing you right now, lovely, we have the Page of Cups. So this is you. This is you wanting to offer your love to somebody. You wanting to offer a new way of doing this connection. This is you having a fresh perspective on your relationship if you guys have been together. This is a really nice energy because it's the beginning of a new cycle. This isn't brand new. This isn't ace. And honestly, we don't want ace here, right? Because you guys you're in each other's energy fields already. You want to work things out with each other, right? So this is necessary to have this new beginning within the connection that already exists. And what's crossing the external, the external influence to you in actually getting this to cycle started is the Fool card, right? And the Fool is Uranus, and basically the message here is, I'm going to take a chance and do things differently this time. So whether you're reaching out to somebody or they're reaching out to you, there's this willingness to take a calculated risk to go with this again, but in a different way. And again, this even goes back if you're married 50 years. There is the ebb and flow and the cycles within all relationships. So I am getting that there's this sort of beginning of a new cycle in a really beautiful way where there's going to be a different understanding and a different willingness at play here that's just really nice. And then we have in your fear position, we have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. And I feel like you're just afraid that somebody's not going to show up in the way that you really want them to show up. You're afraid that you're just afraid that things aren't going to be different. You're afraid that it's not going to be the Uranus thing. You want Uranus right now. You want the Uranus energy because you want to do things differently. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles as the outcome. Beautiful. This beautiful energy. Sagittarius and Capricorn. That's about putting in the work to progress forward. Lovely. And Capricorn's ruled by Saturn. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is all about luck and expansion. So it's putting in that hard work, right? So it's about making the money if you need money. It's about communicating if you need better communication. It's about having a great intimate life and social life and doing all those things that you guys should be doing as couples. You know, really in a beautiful, healthy way, right? Yeah. And in the future, you're letting this, you're letting the cycle end. The old cycle that was unhealthy. The old cycle that's unhealthy. You're putting it all down. You're really revising yourself, Pisces. I feel like you're really getting very closely in touch with what it is that you need and want. And you're really ready to be a better version of yourself, and you're ready to accept somebody else as a better version of themselves, and you're ready to actually have them show you how they've evolved. And be really loving and compassionate as you're observing this within the dynamic, because there is real love here. There's no question. So there's definitely a message coming in. And there is this element of time. So you really want to be diligent. Don't procrastinate on getting this connection really where you want it to be, you know, because nobody's getting any younger. Everyone is only getting older. And not to sound depressing, but there's something really grounding about that. You know, it sort of shifts things in perspective. Life can be over very, very quickly, right? We all know that. I don't want to get into like any sort of depressing conversation there because this is so positive, but you really need to honor this element of time. Really good. Okay. So let's pull some heart oracles and see what those have to say, and then some Island Time Wellness. And then we'll go into singles. Oop, cards are flipping. The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. So I feel like that's just because of the Lenormand and all the other cards that this is, you're going to be starting a new cycle within this connection. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There's no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. Yeah, accepting. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. Yeah. Acceptance is key to inner peace. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? Twin flames. Clock. Pisces. It's like hurry up, slow down kind of thing, right? So we have twin flames. I mean, past is now behind you, release it for new possibilities to show. And then we have twin flames. Union, coupling, complement each other, yin yang zhang balance. Beautiful. Then we have acceptance is the key to inner peace. There's no point in trying to change that which is beyond your control. And then we have clock. Okay, this is all about cycles, time to heal, to progress forward. And we have criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. This love and accept each other. And we have ascending, transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase. New phase. There is a new phase in your relationship, whether you are in a solid committed relationship and you're just in a weird cycle right now. And those of you who are in a complicated situation, there is a new phase upon you in the relationship. That's what this says. If it doesn't resonate and you were like dealing with a crazy narcissist and you don't want to go back to that, obviously you don't engage in the energy. It's not going to be your reading. Okay? All right. So that is what I have for those of you who are coupled. Now let's pull for those of you who are single like a Kringle, who want to mingle. So it's the same idea here as far as the Lenormand crowning energies go, guys. So we still have that element of time. So a lot of you guys may be single because you feel like you voluntarily shut yourself off from everybody. Maybe you have gone through a challenging relationship, or you just know you're super busy at work and you haven't had the time and the energy to deal. Whatever it is, there was this closing off for a lot of you, right? But now it's like the idea of that clock ticking and us all just one day passing into a week, passing into a month, passing into a year is really starting to get to you. And that is the kind of energy of this card. But this message is coming in, or you're going to be delivering a message to somebody. But there is this message, absolutely, and it's going to end up producing a result where there's going to be love on the other side of it. So I feel like there's time pressing to you. You're going to take a chance. You're either going to accept a date from someone, or you're going to take a chance and ask somebody out, and it's going to end up being really, really positive. That's what the Lenormand say. So let's see what the vice versa say. I'm not reading these in reversals, guys. So if it comes out upside down, I am going to flip it right side up, because these are already reversed for those of you not familiar with these cards. Okay. So let me do a cut. Okay. Okay, so whatever it is, reverse. Let me turn it right. Okay, so first of all, we have the full reverse. So, oh, you're scared. You're scared, but don't worry, you have a really good future outcome. So you're scared right now. You're not really wanting to do things differently right now, Pisces. You're just really wanting to go for the safety, you know what I mean? Like, you just don't want to be hurt again. I feel like that is like the main thing, and you're having a hard time taking a calculated risk moving forward. And you're just, in your mind, you're telling yourself, I'm not meeting anybody I really like, whatever, but it's you not being willing to take that risk and do things differently. I mean, that's the situation going on right now. Okay. And then we have the Page of Cups in reverse. Yeah. I'm sorry, the Knight of Cups in reverse. So this tells me that you are in such a mode of self-protection that yeah, this is all about you not wanting to be hurt. It's not that you don't want to be with somebody. That's not it at all. You just don't want to have to go through the drama and the dreariness if that ends because of what you've been through. Obviously, if you're single and if you've been in a relationship, you wouldn't be single if it worked out, right? So obviously something happened. And even if you incited the breakup, there is still emotions to sift through and all of that stuff, and just it's a whole thing that you're buying into, right? When you get into a relationship, I mean, just keeping it real. And I feel like you are in a space of this self-protection mode, right? Because in the past you were with somebody who was your wish fulfillment. You really thought that that was it. You really, really did. You really did. And you ended up being hurt. It ended up not being what you wanted. You wanted it, but for some reason it fell apart. And you're very focused on that pain. So I don't get that this person is in your energy field. For those of you who are single, right? I don't get that this person is in your energy field as somebody that you would actually get back together with. But there's still pain here that you're cleaning up and nursing. Right? And you're focused on that pain and you're not recognizing those 2 cups here that is still standing. When we turn it around, you see the 2 cups. But here, you're just still focused on the pain. Okay? Yeah. And then, you know, we have the Emperor in reverse is really right now about you just not wanting to make that full commitment to somebody because you just don't want to get hurt. So for a lot of you, you might be partying a little bit much, or for those of you not in that space, I mean, this does indicate some irresponsible behavior, you know, having to do with this. For some of you, it's a general message, so don't take any offense to this, but some of you could be in the space of having like a player mindset right now, just because, yeah, you're single, but you really don't want that full-blown commitment because you're just not ready. You're really not ready just yet, okay? Now, for others of you, this Emperor reverse energy can be the leftover energy of who it is that you're dealing with from that past relationship. So in other words, they might have been your wish fulfillment, but then they ended up pulling some Emperor reverse energy, which is all about you know, maybe being a little too flirty with the wrong people, if not cheating, being disrespectful to you. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Let's just say disrespectful behavior, whether it's gaslighting, deflection, like a narcissistic tendency there. So for many of you, that could still be the pain that you're trying to clean up from your past. Not that you want to get back with them, really, at the end of the day. You know, maybe subtly in your subconscious you would want to, but you would never, because you know that they're just simply not good for you. So this could certainly be, for many of you, an energy that you're still working on unknotting, right, in your subconscious. So it could be 6 one, half dozen the other, however it resonates. You guys might be partying a little too much, playing the field, or you might be working through that energy as something that you had to deal with before. So we have the 6 of Pentacle energy, and the 6 of Pentacle energy is about having what you need and really feeling very sort of like okay in your space, you know, like you're working on your money, you're relying on yourself right now. I feel, you know, you have your own back is kind of what I'm feeling right now. You know, you're just being in the space of having your own back. But Pisces, let's not fool ourselves. This is like massive, massive self-protection right now. Massive. And you're holding yourself back in the space of stagnation. And what's impacting you externally is this ending. There's an ending here. That's this ending that is Mercury and Virgo. I mean, can we have more Mercury, for goodness sake? This is you recognizing that this cycle needs to end. You have to end it. You're going to get on with your life. You have to meet somebody new. Expose yourself to people and heal as you go. Because honestly, I mean, there are certain situations that we have in life that we could keep ourselves in this stagnation and analysis paralysis for years, where we only let ourselves be exposed to the most superficial and really non-meaningful situations with people that don't serve us, that don't feed our soul, just because we're scared, right? And I am getting that you guys are really going to be pushed by someone external to you that this cycle has got to end. Now, it might be your overwhelming desire to reach out to somebody. It could be this message that's coming in where you're realizing, you know what, I have to end what I'm doing here. This is not serving me. Ultimately, it's just it's not serving me. Yeah. So now we have Pentacle. See, more Pentacle. You're just afraid of somebody not showing up. It's the Queen of Pentacles reverse. So you're afraid of somebody not showing up. You're afraid of there not being movement. You're afraid of you're afraid of you not being willing to put the work in at the end of the day to give the relationship what it actually needs. And you may be afraid of not getting it back. But I feel like at the end of it, it's like you've been single for a while, you're in your own groove, you're doing your thing, and you want to be in a relationship, but you're not totally sure if you're going to be able to show up the way you might need to show up. But then we have the Knight of Wands coming in, and this is a very passionate, very fiery, very sexy, very seductive kind of energy. Just as Saturn and Sagittarius, let's go do that hard work and move it forward. There's a lot of passion, a lot of quick willingness here, and this, my friend, is going to be your wish fulfillment. And this is the outcome. So I feel like for Pisces singles, you guys are really going to be working through your vulnerabilities, your insecurities that are left over from things that you've gone through in your past. But this message is going to come in. You're either going to be hearing from somebody that you knew once upon a time, or you're meeting somebody brand new, and that's going to end this cycle for you. It's just going to end the cycle, and it's going to actually bring you into a beautiful new cycle of passion and wish fulfillment. Really good. Really good. I mean, with those Lenormands, I figured it had to end well, but you're going to, you know, listen, it is what it is, you know, no joke. I get it, you know, for sure. Where you're going to be in this self-protection mode. You just don't want to be hurt anymore. You guys are very sensitive. You don't want to be hurt anymore. You know, whatever that means. And it's such a tricky thing, right? Because then you want to be in a relationship and you're aware the time is passing, but you don't want to get hurt again. But you have to put your heart out there. You have to take the chance. Oh, but do I really? And, you know, it's kind of like healing. Beautiful. Okay, nice. The cycle came out, I think, for like 2 other signs. So we have this one, healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. Wow. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. I don't know, Pisces, that's telling me that you might be getting back with somebody from your past. Why would a new relationship need healing? You know, if this resonates with you. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys are getting back with somebody. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow, and you will be surprised where it leads. Oh boy. Pisces, were you feeling like a little lack of confidence in this connection? It says frustrated in relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear, ego issues, jealousy. This is under healing. So this is something that needs healing. And as for this one, you may not always understand why things happen, but no, it's for a higher purpose. And then we have Cupid's arrow. Have faith. Have faith. Love is here. Surprise, invitation, meeting. Okay, so this is kind of like not expecting this communication. And life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. If when we resist change, we resist the natural flow and create stress. So then we have palm tree, stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, flexibility. Yeah, so this is about going with the flow. This is going to create a stable foundation. Yeah, so somebody new is coming in, or somebody old. I mean, I'm really getting a very heavy vibe with these oracles that this is a reconnection of somebody in your past. And especially because of the cycles, right? I mean, it's the merry-go-round. It's the up and down and the round and round. Yeah. Yep. Okay, Pisces, that is what I have for you guys. I hope this resonated on some level and it was helpful in some way and you enjoyed it. Have a very beautiful Valentine's Day, and I'll see you guys next week for the second week of February read. Until then, bye-bye.